to do so that easily.
Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I am Agam Vakil. What we've seen on the benchmark indices as well, largely range-bound moves in today's day of trade. And as you can see here, we have hung on to 10,500 when it comes to the Nifty, but we've seen a little bit of decline after the 5% up move that we saw last week. Now, among the gainers, we have State Bank of India, the earnings for which came during market hours, or rather late post-market hours. Axis Bank, of course, also reacting to its earnings, which came over the weekend. UPL and Wipro, along with HCL Technologies advancing, and of course Reliance Industries is the other one which is supporting the indices to a certain extent. Cipla, however, declined 7.3%, and once again it was a miss for its quarterly earnings when it comes to top line as well as the bottom line. We did see a lot of pressure when it comes to OMC, so HPCL, BPCL and Indian Oil Corp all declined in trade, and that was where you saw declines coming through, on the back of which you saw the Nifty come off to a certain extent. Of course, it had some weakness in IndusInd Bank and Indiabulls Housing Finance. When it comes to the broader markets, one gainer of one loser on the NSE 500. UCO Bank advancing by 14%. 8KMI is seeing some sort of recovery, and we've seen that play out in Jet Airways, Eros International, as well as ITI. We've seen good amount of strength overall when it comes to something like a PC Jura and Infibeam as well. On the losing end, however, Venki is once again reacting to earnings and declining by 14%, and more pressure when it comes to for the likes of Sun TV, XL Crop Care and Astra Poly, among many others, also reacting to earnings. But let's get in a perspective here from our markets editor, Neeraj Shah. Neeraj, we're assuming it's going to be a fairly quiet week considering the festivities this time around.
Yeah, I mean, one would have expected volumes to also, no one can predict really, but today also the volumes seem to be reasonably okay on the cash side too. Yeah. But yeah, quiet week. We had a fabulous week. The last one today, the global markets too were very quiet. I don't know if the midterms impact what the US markets do and thereby what the global markets do, and therefore whether our markets kind of stay quiet too or no. But NBFCs had a bit of a scare today, and all the rumors floating around prompted DHFL to give out that statement, and therefore some sanity out there, but still under pressure, and you could probably expect more volatile days irrespective of what the volumes in the market are. So that is part one. Part two, I think the numbers today, at least one of the numbers disappointed Cipla. I'm sure Darshan will talk more about it, so I won't dwell too much, but the numbers not looking all that great, and Cipla reacting to. SBI was an interesting set of numbers. Numbers by and large seemed slightly ahead of what the Bloomberg estimates were, at least. The asset quality numbers looking okay. The management in the con call giving out details about the ILFS exposure, about the purchases of the NBFC loans as well, and I think there's some silver lining there. 5,000 odd crores purchased in the month gone by, another 15,000 crores in the pipeline. So they're giving out some good messaging as well. But just the body language seemed reasonably confident, and for once, Agam, you have to say that last time around when in the Bloomberg event, where he mentioned that we've come to the end of the kitchen sinking of sorts and things won't worsen from here. This quarter, at least, they walked the talk. Let's wait and watch what happens in the quarters ahead. But SBI numbers seem to be okay, and maybe that's why it's ended up as the top gainer ahead of Axis Bank as well. So that was interesting. But OMC is under pressure, oil and gas slightly under pressure. IT, ho-hum, don't quite know how much further steam is left here. Let's wait and watch. Well,
let's wait and watch. Neeraj, thank you for that perspective here. Of course, Neeraj has already mentioned SBI numbers, and the way things have panned out, there's a reason behind which we saw SBI rise as much as 3.4%. But let's talk about technicals then. What are our technical analysts telling us about the levels to watch out for? This is what they're saying. Listen.
We feel that from here on, we will see a very good upside move in next couple of days. As far as view on Nifty is concerned, one can initiate long positions in Nifty at the current market price. If there is a dip of around 30 to 40 points from present levels, then that should be used as a buying opportunity, with a stop loss to be placed at 10,400 levels on lower side for the upside target of 10,600. That would be the immediate target. If 10,600 is taken away, we will see move till 10,700 levels in next couple of days. Bank Nifty is also looking good to me. One can initiate long positions in Bank Nifty at the current market price, with a stop loss to be placed at 25,400 levels on lower side for the upside target of 25,900, and then 26,000 levels in next couple of days.
So we spoke about the Nifty's top gainer SBI. Let's also talk about Nifty's top loser Cipla. Again on earnings, we have a reaction there, and we have Darshan Mehta now joining us about and telling us about why this miss when it comes to its earnings, Darshan.
Yeah, so basically it was a top line miss that then followed on to EBITDA miss and then PAT.
Right.
Numbers were weak. The US business didn't grow as much as what was anticipated. Their Africa business didn't do well at all. There was in fact a big degrowth that happened, and that's why there was trouble for Cipla and most of them falling. India also not growing. So financially, yes, that was the first point why Cipla fell. The other point is when they uploaded their investor presentation. Now most of the companies that speak on their con call, they always say that there are issues in the business, this thing. So that's the guidance that they give. This is the first time probably we've seen a pharma company go ahead and put out some concerns on black and white on the investor presentation, saying that over the next 2 quarters these are the challenges, and probably that's with the tender business, that's with the API business. So there were concerns, and that's something that spooked the street even further, because in the first half they've done an EPS of 10 rupees, and probably in the last full year they did 17. So probably people are saying that this year might not be a growth of no year, when people were anticipating that the US business will drive revenues for Cipla. So that's why it's down almost 7%. Obviously the management will speak now. We'll try to get in more updates on what they say and what are the reasons why they've said this. But the market not liking what Cipla delivered today.
Clearly, Darshan, thank you for joining us and getting us those details. So watch out for Cipla and of course what the management has to tell us about the company as well. But with that, it's a wrap on the markets. But lots more lineup. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint and we keep bringing you more.